Welcome to the Hot Girl School, the podcast where we redefine confidence and go way beyond the reflection you see in the mirror.
We're your hosts, Lauren and Danielle, here to empower you to embrace your inner radiance because confidence is so much more than looks.
Whether you're strutting into an event or conquering the boardroom, join us as we explore topics like self-love, inner strength, and owning your unique journey to confidence.
So grab your favorite drinkie and turn up that volume because you're about to unleash your true potential. Welcome
to another episode of the Hot Girl School. Where my hotties at?
Yeah. And where the traveling hotties at, because today we are going to be talking to you about how to pack.
Does anyone else get stressed out about traveling? Like packing, not traveling, like the packing part.
Okay, you probably didn't watch this, but when Paris Hilton put out her documentary a few years ago, she's on the road so much, and she has specifically said she has no routine to traveling and packing, and it stresses her out every single time.
That's why she's stressed out.
And I'm thinking, how do you not have something in place? I would have something in place. You have
to. That's why she's stressed out.
Oh my God, because it stresses you out because you don't know what you're going to want to wear. You can speak to this. You don't know what you're going to want to wear. So you have to bring a whole bunch of options and then you overpack. This girl's got it down and dialed in. So we're going to start with her.
Thank you to my friends that are supporting this podcast, listening, laughing your ass off because you have witnessed my packing journey.
Yeah, like, but you're aware of it and you make fun of yourself for it. And you have done things to make sure that you pack a little bit less.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay, what's that?
I'm an overpacker. That's what we're talking about here, folks.
She's a proud overpacker.
I'm an overpacker. I have options.
Okay, so where do you think it stems from?
Oh, this is fun. I actually had an epiphany about this time last year, and it stems from my childhood.
Okay.
So we're going to go deep for a minute.
Yeah,
we're going
let's
to
elaborate on that.
talk about a little bit of trauma. So my dad is an alcoholic, and that's a story for another day. But part of his sickness was he would sabotage happy times, like events, trips, things like that. So what I had an epiphany on was that the reason that I procrastinate packing and get stressed out about packing is because your body keeps score. My body was remembering the trauma around like something fun that we're looking forward to getting sabotaged by my dad's drinking. So it was this huge epiphany moment for me. Mm-hmm. And ever since I've been aware of it, it has made packing so much more fun. I don't procrastinate it anymore. And I've developed a system to help minimize my stress.
Okay, so your dad would come in and sabotage the days leading up to the trip, and that was where the stress came in to pack, or it was you would be excited and packed and ready to go, and then once you got on the trip, I'm just trying to understand the timeline.
Could be either or. So usually very close to the kickoff of the trip. Okay. So it might be a day or two before, it might be the day of. But it wasn't every single time by any stretch. It wasn't every single time, but it was a pattern that I wasn't even aware of until therapy and things like that. And
what an interesting link.
Yeah. And that's why therapy is so cool, because you have these epiphany moments and you realize things, and like I would have never tied like my dad's drinking to my procrastination for traveling.
Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, and now a newfound understanding of where you're at.
Yeah.
What is packing like for you now? What does that look like? How do you get organized? How far in advance do you plan, pack, buy, whatever it is you need to do? Let's hear it. Lay it out.
Okay. We're laying it out. So checklists are your best friend. Okay.
Is this a mental checklist, a verbal checklist, a written checklist?
I do it on my notes, and I love to use, the little bubbles that you can like click and it fills in.
Oh, okay. So that's like the equivalent to scratching something off your to-do list.
I did this. So I'll plan, and it depends. Like, am I traveling just with me? Am I traveling with my family? But either one, it starts with the checklist of what do I need? Then it is planning out my outfits. And pro tip for all my overpacking girlies out there, if you try on your outfits and like take a picture of them, and because camera adds pounds, like you look different than you look in your mirror. And so it's really helpful to A, do that, and then B, so you know what your outfits are that you pack. And you can actually even go through your phone and be like, okay, I need to eliminate something. Which one should I eliminate? And looking at the photo is helpful because you're like, which one do I not like the most? that's the one that's going bye-bye.
This was the funniest thing before we went to Vegas. And she's like, oh, this is what I'm wearing. And I'm receiving pictures of her in her mirror and her outfits. And I'm like, you took pictures of all of this?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
my brain would never go that way because I pack so differently. But I kind of liked it. Like you can see how it's going to go. And then I was going to take it a step further and say you can probably mix and match with what you have because you have them
Yep.
right next to each other.
Yeah, because then you can just see them right there. And then for me, like, I don't know how I'm going to feel. So I like to have a couple of options. So I plan out like what outfits I'm going to wear. And then I like to have 2 to 3 backups. And that's how
Per day?
No,
Per
total.
outfit?
Like
Okay.
total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I almost just shit my pants.
No wonder you're an overpacker, Danielle.
Like, holy cow. Like breakfast, I need 6 outfits just in case 5 of them don't work.
No, and then, the more I've done it, the more confident I've become in my packing abilities. Yeah. And it was just stemming from like, oh, what if I don't like that? And then I have nothing to choose from. So I also try to bring basics so that you can mix and match when you get there and build an outfit you didn't take a picture of from it, right?
Yeah.
That's really helpful. Let's see. One that I love from when I was traveling a lot for work is if you have back-to-back trips. So this is for like my traveling girlies that are, travel for work, and you travel a lot too, is making sure that if you have a back-to-back trip, you pre-pack for both trips so that you're not unpacking and repacking. You just have it lined up, and that way you can like do your things that you want to do. You can get the laundry done, you can work out. You're not stressing out about planning for this other one. You feel like you have a little bit of time off in between that next trip.
So you're saying take a day or an afternoon, pack for both trips. When you get home from the first trip, you can simply like put everything in the washing machine, and then the suitcase is still open, put the new stuff in, it's already ready to go. Okay, I like that. That's probably smart. I think most people would wait till they're home. And when you're home for such a short amount of time, you probably, using my lens, you want to eat healthy. You want to say hello to whoever you need to. Maybe you want to relax. You definitely want to exercise. Like you want to clean your house and get life back in order, but then you're leaving again. So the quick turnaround time, that saves you.
That's
a great tip.
It saves you too from like the brain. There's a lot of brain power that goes into packing, especially packing
clear
for
my
family.
calendar. Oh yeah, so I don't do that. But clearing the calendar, like I time block that. I try not to have my phone around. I put on music to make it kind of fun.
Yeah, have fun with it,
so that I can just be in the zone.
Yeah. You are not an overpacker. Bravo to you.
At all.
Teach us how to be more like you.
When I was in college, I studied abroad in Florence, Italy, and you traveled with a backpack. And so when you went on a weekend trip, it was either literally, do I bring a pair of heels or do I bring a blow dryer? So my hair went in a braid because I would always choose shoes over my hair. And that was how I learned. And so I just had to be super decisive on what I'm going to bring. I have a list of essentials.
Okay.
It's literally called essentials in my phone so that I can write down, like I have a certain, comfy sports bra that I like to be. I always forget pajamas, so I have to put that in there. I always bring my rainbow flip-flops because that's just like, you just need flip-flops, right? You always need like a workout outfit. It's different than what you traveled in. I always travel in workout clothes. So I have like my essentials list, and then I think about the main events I'm going to, and I start backwards from there. Okay, so if I have a main event that I'm going to, what am I going to wear for that? Usually it's one outfit for one event, right? Like that's not an overlapping piece, and it will be worn once. And then I go to the shoes, and then I try to make those shoes work with the other outfits that I have to pack. So then you have like your dressy stuff done and set and excited because I probably never worn it before. And then I fill in the holes from there. Like, what am I going to do? Okay, if I want to get up and go get a coffee, what outfit am I going to wear? What shoes am I going to wear? Do I have a hat for that? Do I have sunglasses? And then if I'm going to go walk around and be a tourist, what do I want to wear for that? Do I want to be cute? What colors? I pack in black only. Like I do not bring anything except for that one event outfit. Can be a different color, but this way I don't have to worry about anything. And then I try to bring one pair of flip-flops, one pair of like casual shoes. I usually wear a pair of running shoes or tennis shoes on the plane, and that's it. And then a pair of heels, of course.
Okay. Of course. Well, and I think you do this too. You didn't mention it. We both do it, which is making sure you pick something that you're super excited to wear. You touched on it briefly, but that can make your trip feel more fun, is to be really excited about the outfit that you're going to be wearing, excuse me. And if you don't have anything that does that, splurge, buy something new, get excited for the trip. And because when you feel good, you're more confident, you show up better, you're your best version of yourself. And even if it's something from like Shein or
Yeah.
Fashion Nova
The
or,
best.
some of those fast fashion
Amazon.
places. Amazon,
Yes.
Abercrombie, that's back. They have
That's
good
back.
jeans.
They have great
Hmm.
little tank tops. Yeah.
Yep. They have
Abercrombie's
good
great.
bodysuits.
They have great bodysuits.
Yeah. So the message here, like, if you're like, I'm just not loving anything, and this is where packing in advance and figuring out your outfits can be so
Mhm.
helpful, because then you're not rushing and you're not like, I packed this suitcase full of clothes and I hate everything.
Correct. Yeah, I lay all my stuff out. So you take the pictures and I put the outfits in piles so I can see them all. And then I have all the shoes lined up. And it doesn't take up a lot of space, but I
Mhm.
just need the visual. And then I think to myself, okay, I can, and then I make the outfits out of, okay, I can wear these together. I can wear these together. Okay, if need to go dressy, if I need to go casual, because you don't really know. Like you might have things that you know you're doing. Like if you're going to Disneyland, that's one thing. That's a very easy thing to pack for. But when you're
Mhm.
going to Europe for 2 weeks and you don't really know everything you're going to be
How you're going to
doing,
be feeling, or yeah.
yeah, I think the feeling piece is a lot of it, but at the same time, when you're on vacation for the most part, as long as like you don't get sick, heaven forbid, I think you're pretty excited. So like
Yeah.
you're kind of set with your clothes because you just have many more things to look forward to.
Yeah. So sizing, let's talk about that a little bit, because for our overpackers, you probably haven't played with this because you pack well. But there's a really big difference between folding your clothes and setting them in versus rolling your clothes.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. What do you do?
I roll.
I roll.
Yeah, I'm a roller through and
My
through.
sister does like the whole, which she does not pack like a girl at all, but she does like the whole vacuum seal. I'm like, girl, that is unnecessary. It's hilarious
Wow,
how people,
I've
that's
not,
dedication right
that
there.
is probably a good tip for overpackers, but
Yeah.
let's try and not be overpackers, right?
Well, you carry a scale with you.
Oh, this is a great tip. She's like, having said that, you're being very contradictive of yourself.
She
I'm
carries
trying not to be an overpacker, but I carry a scale because I am a recovering overpacker. I've gotten much better, but I still definitely overpack. But
That was so
I'm good
funny.
with it.
We're
I'm
getting
cool with
ready
it.
to leave, and she's like, "How much does this weigh?" Like dead serious, like straight
Yep.
face. I'm like, "I'm sorry, what are you doing?"
Yeah, I'm
And you
weighing
were
my
kind of
bag.
like not really doing it to me. You were just like to yourself. And I
Yeah.
was in the bathroom, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm just making sure that it's not overweight." And
Because
it was 49 pounds.
yes, I pack to a T. Like it's going to be between 45 and 50 pounds every time.
Oh, so
Every
funny.
time. And so if it's 1 pound over, like there's nothing worse than getting up to the counter to check your bag and they're like, sorry, it's over. And then you have to like maneuver it into something else. There's nothing worse. So invest for my overpackers. There's a little hand scale. You can get it at CVS or Walgreens. It's super inexpensive. It's super
It's like this
compact. It's so small. And you can just do a little check. Because also, if you buy something while you're gone,
yes.
or you don't pack everything back exactly how
Which
you
makes
packed it
no
there.
sense. It's all the same articles in the same suitcase, but somehow it can.
Well, not if you have two suitcases like me.
Oh my God.
Because I have a checked bag, and then I like to bring a carry-on bag. A, because it allows me to overpack, but also because I don't like carrying anything or wearing a purse. I like to just push it. I like to just wheel it and feel like light.
So, okay. So if I have a carry on, it's usually my expensive things are in there. I need to make sure that
Same.
that shit is being babysat. I don't trust everybody.
Yep.
But I don't. Oh, we were going to talk about, I've had a lot of boyfriends who do not let me. Do not let me. The rule is if I'm traveling internationally, I can check a bag. And if I'm traveling within the United States, I'm not allowed to check a bag. And this started in probably 2011 was my first boyfriend who told me this. And honestly, it kind of, that also helped me be a very decisive packer. Like, right?
Yeah, we would have broken up for sure.
See, and that to me, I was like, I kind of appreciated it because who likes to sit and wait at the carousel? I maybe because I've been doing it for
Yeah, it is
15
faster.
years now, I like just prefer to carry on. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't, I'm not an overpacker.
Yeah, I'm glad for you.
I'll teach you one day.
Listen, no, I have another girlfriend that I try to not overpack for, and it really does. It makes me it's Tara.
But does it give you not literal anxiety, but do you feel judged that you overpack?
No, not at all. I feel
Okay.
totally fine by that. And if you do feel overjudged, then you're not with the right people. But let's just make
that's
that
not a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's hysterical.
Yes.
I'm like, I look at my stuff. I'm like, I don't even can't think of a single thing I would put in here that's extra. I really don't know what I'm missing.
Oh, I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, no, I don't even think about it.
I look at it and I'm like, what else can I fit?
You're like 48 and a half.
What else can go in there? What else can we bring?
See, I would probably buy more shoes. That's like just what I would do.
I just always, I'm like, I could need this. Like, I'm like such a mom in that way that I'm
That's
like,
so
this, we might
funny.
need this. Like, I brought 3 sunblocks to Vegas. That's
Yeah, you did bring
ridiculous.
3 sunblocks
That's
to this. And I
ridiculous.
never packed that
And I
shit.
don't even really wear sunblock unless I'm for sure going to be in the sun, and we didn't use it.
We don't like being in the sun.
Yeah. That's
Living in
a
Arizona.
story for another day. Right?
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, packing is hilarious. And once you get let into someone's like mind, essentially on how they pack and
It's a
how
whole
they think,
system.
it's funny because you get somewhere, it goes back to like projection and like looking through your lens. I
Yeah.
look at it and I'm like, what did you bring in those 2 suitcases? And you're
Let
like,
me
what
show ya.
didn't you bring? Right?
Let me show you. And here's the thing that my friends do know is, and you even said you did this, you thought about not bringing your blow dryer because you were like, she'll have hers.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did
So
actually.
that's another thing is that my friends have come to like, even, and my husband for sure, is like, she's got it. She thought of it. She
Totally.
has it. She's got all the things. So if I forgot it, Danielle's got it.
I mean, do you always travel with medicine?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
is that a mom thing or is that just a you thing?
Uh, I it's gotten more. I bring a lot more medicine as a mom. When it was just a me thing, it was like, having like a Tylenol or an Advil there.
Okay.
Nothing like I didn't have like cough syrup or Dayquil or like those things. But when I travel with my kids, I have a legit medicine bag.
I mean, okay, that is different. You
Yeah.
need that. Like
Yeah.
that's super important. You want to be stuck somewhere and like
Hmm.
know where to buy something. So that one I understand. But it was hysterical. Here we are in Vegas, and she's like, "Oh, you need a spray?" I'm like, sure,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
thanks.
I always travel, so I guess I don't really consider that medicine. I consider that like
Oh
a
my god.
prophylactic.
But it's just hysterical, like the things that you think of. Because
Yeah.
I told you, like when I went to Puerto Vallarta with new friends, they were so well thought out with what they planned, and I just planned like for me and like what I did, and they all thought about each other and brought all these things. And granted, it was a big birthday; it was a 50th birthday, so like things were just
Yeah.
different. You needed the decor and the hats and the this and the that,
The
but
shot
it
skis.
made me think about okay, like other people prepare way more than I do. So what can I bring to contribute? Which I think I brought something on our trip, but I can't remember what it was. And I was like so proud of myself. Like you
Oh,
brought, I think
shirts.
I brought sunblock. Oh, I did
You
bring our
brought
shirts.
shirts.
I did bring
You
our
brought me a
shirts.
shirt.
Yeah, I brought a
And I love it.
surprise. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I try to like think outside the I don't know. It's just packing is hilarious and traveling in general. And we have a whole, which we talked about in Vegas, was how do you travel? Because that's super important.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we covered a lot of really good tips. One that I thought of because you asked me about the medicine and with kids is like travel, like packing for a family is a lot.
I can't even
So
imagine.
one of my hacks for that is I break it up. So like one day I'll pack the kids, one day I'll pack me. Like when we go to our cabin a lot, we bring food because there's not a lot of shopping up there. We like our stuff. And so one day I'll do the food and I'll have the
Oh,
different
that's smart.
checklists instead of trying to like pack it all into one day and being like, oh, that was so much work to go on this vacation. It makes it feel a little bit more fun and exciting and not so like, I don't know, like you're doing a bunch of work to
Yeah,
go
it's
relax.
chores. I
Yeah.
mean, also when you have little kids, I don't know what age this changes at, but they're not picky about what they wear. So it's super easy. You can
Yes.
go in, you're like, okay, I need a few
Ding, ding,
outfits for
ding.
this day, pajamas, a few outfits for this day, pajamas, a bathing suit, whatever. I feel like that's as they get older, and there's a lot more opinions that come out of them
Hmm.
that will probably change.
Fun fact, I am not an overpacker for my kids, but I still bring them options.
Do they use them?
Sometimes.
I mean, I can't see
Sometimes.
you being like, here, this is what I planned for you to wear today. I'm sure you're not like that.
No.
Yeah.
No. They're not to the age yet where they're like, I want to wear this or I don't want to wear that.
It's
So
just clothes. Like
maybe they just won't. I'm just gonna manifest. That's never gonna come.
yeah, they won't. They're going to
It's gonna
be
be chill.
decisive packers.
Yes, they are. They are gonna be carry-on packers, not check
Carry
bag
on.
packers.
Isn't that funny? I don't, yeah, it doesn't bug me. It doesn't bug me at all.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
So, how do you
packing.
pack?
Tell us your tips.
Yes, we want to hear more because I feel like this is a topic where everybody can use help, even though you think you have a system in place. It's one of those things where you could hear
Yeah.
from someone else and be like, oh, damn, I like that. Like the picture thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll incorporate it, but I really like it opened my mind. I was like, damn, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I
No.
loved it.
Yeah. Or we could run a little challenge. It could be the Help Danielle Not Check Bag Challenge. And you could give me all your tips on how to just check a bag only.
And you gotta
Because
film it all.
I've done it a couple of times and I loved it. I love not having to wait. I loved rolling right out. But my go-to is a check bag. So
even if you go to San Diego for 2 nights.
no, I can do that. So when I can do a check bag, historically has been like for a work trip. I can be very decisive. A fun trip is when I'm like, I need more options.
Yeah.
For me anyway.
I mean, if it depends where you. Okay, first of all, if it's cold weather, you almost have to check a bag because that's big clothes.
Yeah.
And then if you're going to Nashville and you need like 6 cowboy boots, you
Boots.
also need to check a
Ooh, I'm
bag.
going to Nashville in October. So if anyone has any tips for packing for that, come at your girl.
Like, is it bad for the leather to fold in half? Because like my crappy shoes, I don't care about because I know I don't care if they bend. My nice ones,
I
I'm like,
don't
I want to
know.
lay them flat. I don't want to bend
Where
that.
are my real cowgirls at?
Yeah,
Can
we
you let
need
us
some
know?
help. We need some help on
Let us
that one.
know. All
Cowboy
right.
boots, we love it. All right. You
That's
can
your
find us.
traveling.
Yes, you can find us while you're traveling on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
All right, hotties. We love ya. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. School is out of session.